Welcome to the Two Idiots Who Don't Know Nothing. My name's Kyle,
And I'm Keith.
and come with us as we travel down Paranormal Part 2. I don't know about you, Keith, but I'm excited for this.
Just as you were in part one.
Exactly. I have so much more to talk about.
Yay!
Anyway, let's start out on the 2 minutes of your week.
Bullshit. Next.
Oh, that was it, huh? Yeah, no. So, Monday I was sick. My stomach wasn't doing so hot.
Ooh.
Tuesday I went in and I found out that one of my members recently got diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, shit.
And I had to deal with that. And all week I've been working on that. I've been working on other stuff for everybody else. And yesterday was tough because I finally got done with finding her different things.
Mm-hmm.
And she did not want that. And basically, long story short, because this is going to be longer than 2 minutes, a hospital that she worked for 31 years
Yeah.
before she went to a different company, they basically said, F you, we want your money. We're not taking your insurance.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I wasn't too happy on that. But that was my week.
I was gonna say, how'd the boys' ball game go this morning?
Oh, we lost 10-5. We played a second place team.
Mm.
So the Cardinals are in first. We lost to them. Yankees are in second. We lost to them. We're in third place.
There you go.
I don't know if we're still going to be in third place or not, but we do have a doubleheader tomorrow, 1 and 3.
Okay.
Ridiculous. Oh, and that's not the end of it. Like, my oldest is also in tournament ball
Yeah.
for the Avengers, and that starts up Memorial Day weekend.
Ooh.
And you know, Memorial Day weekend is my birthday,
Uh-huh.
the 29th. I'm going to be spinning it on a baseball field.
Yep.
So that was my 2 minutes. That was my 2 minutes.
There you go.
Let's-
You actually were able to fill up this
I
time.
was.
For the first time ever.
Oh,
Out of how
man.
many episodes?
This is episode 5?
I think so. Yeah, because we didn't get to upload episode 4 because we had
Yeah,
audio issues.
Audio. So we're on a very brand new app of recording
For the 5th time.
for the 5th time. I promise this one will be up on Spotify because we will not we will not break any of Spotify's rules this time.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, we have to keep it at a dull minimum. This is still over 18 and over podcast, but we have to keep it at a dull minimum of violence and hurtful things and everything else. So, paranormal.
Yeah, let's get back into it.
Let's get
two.
part 2. Let's get back into this. So with the paranormal, I forget where I left off on episode 3.
Episode 1. Yeah, episode 3, part 1.
Part 1.
Honestly, I don't remember. That's been what, almost a month ago?
Yeah, it was almost a month ago.
Jesus.
It-
This is hard to believe. We've been going for over a month now.
oh man, can you believe that?
I can't, literally.
I
It doesn't feel like it's been a month yet.
It has. I can't believe it's been a month. Like, this year is going by like that.
Oh, I know.
And we started this back in March or
Yeah, it's second week of March.
second week of March, and we're in April.
Yeah, very end of April. And
Next month is May.
Yeah, we're still chugging.
And man alive, October is going to be kind of leery for us because
Because of work.
of the haunt.
Maybe we could possibly record in the parking garage.
We could. Well, maybe.
Yeah, true, because it is in downtown.
It's in downtown. We'll have a lot of noise. I don't know if I can have this mic travel with me, and I don't know if this computer is good enough for our voices.
When in doubt, I mean, I have my app on my phone. So.
Oh, yeah, we do have the Anchor app.
Mm-hmm.
We can just hook it. This is why Keith is the smartest of us two. Sometimes. I will say
Just
sometimes.
because I went to a 4-year school don't mean I'm not smart.
Hey, I graduated from high school, okay, and that was good enough. And I did part-time college. Did not graduate, but who cares? We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that at all. Today we're talking about paranormal.
Yes, where you're actually smart.
Or I'm smart. So we're the two idiots, and one of us knows more knowledge than the other one, and I mean, we're still idiots because we'll do stupid things. But
like last weekend.
last weekend, that went downhill. We didn't have that many people actually watch us.
I was really disappointed in that.
I was disappointed. Keith and I are very disappointed in our viewers for not watching.
Yeah, I know. We even promoted this 2 weeks ahead of time.
2 weeks ahead of time, and then we promoted it throughout the whole week.
And the day of.
The day of.
And we had one viewer?
One viewer.
In total?
From the live audience.
Yeah. And even then, they kind of got occupied with something else and they ran away.
Exactly.
So I was like, come on, guys.
It just doesn't... I'm thinking we need to make a TikTok account.
Ooh, that would be decent.
If we make a TikTok account, have people flood our Facebook, flood our TikTok, we need to vote for this. We'll have a poll up on our Facebook after we upload it and it gets uploaded on Spotify. I think Monday we'll have a poll up stating that...
If not tomorrow.
If not tomorrow, we'll have a poll up asking if you guys want us to make a TikTok account. We do have a Twitter. Mm-hmm. We do have a Facebook account.
We have an Instagram.
And we have an Instagram, which I have not been keeping up to date.
I haven't been keeping up to date on Twitter either. I keep forgetting.
Oh, we're not very good. I mean, I'm well versed in social media.
Yeah.
Well versed. I mean, I am a streamer, so.
I was saying, so am I, and I haven't been streaming lately. Because, I mean, with work and everything else, it's so hard to freaking keep updated on
with
everything.
my stream is strictly paranormal now.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have time to go to places.
I know.
If that makes sense. So I promise to, if any of my Twitch followers or subscribers are listening to this, I promise I'm going to try to get back into gaming. I'm going to try to stream my gaming. It's 2022. Mm-hmm. We got to get going on this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm the same with my followers on Twitch. I mean, I don't have that many. I'm still trying to get up to affiliate.
You're not an affiliate yet?
No, I'm still sitting at 25 followers technically.
Oh,
still.
Man.
And
Hey, babe, turn around to that fire. The producer here is playing Fortnite as we speak. And I'm trying to get her to that fire, light it. Now you're going to start getting healed.
I know this. Leave me alone.
I'm going to laugh if you get smacked by the end of this episode.
So, anyway, speaking of that, you remember that case of that house I was going to that night?
Yeah.
So, we went to that house, and we're still leery on it because of all the wiring. Mm-hmm. Exposed wire in that house. Wires in the paranormal world can have high EMF.
Yes.
Very high EMF, which can cause the human brain to hallucinate. There was one closet that specifically the kids said they saw something. Mm-hmm. So I went in there, and we didn't know about this wire, and my Milligauss device, when I had it in the room, it was reading 0. As I put my hand in the closet, it went up to a 5.2, 6.2, and it even spiked up to an 8.
Yeah.
And Viking and I, we were seeing this, and we were looking at each other, and we're yelling for Julie. Mm-hmm. And she didn't hear us. And we're yelling for it. He finally runs out of the room, gets her. She comes in, and we start looking for anything that could cause it to debunk this. And I look down, and I see this exposed cable wire for their TV. And I'm like, oh. And I put my Milligauss down there, and it spiked up to a 28. So that would definitely cause the human brain to think there's paranormal. There could be some stuff because kids have been grabbed and pulled, and that's unexplainable for exposed wire. Mm-hmm. The human brain can't imagine that, you know? And people's eyes can't imagine that when they see it. So Julie and I are still talking about if we want to do this.
Yeah.
We're keeping the homeowner updated. We haven't forgot about her, but we are very, very leery on going to that house. I do know that some of my coworkers live in that same district, and they noticed me get out of the car in my paranormal gear, And it was supposed to stay a secret, but I didn't know that 3 of my coworkers lived in that district. In the same neighborhood.
Ooh.
So then they're telling me all of this background of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we learned some history. You just missed a chest on the car. And Fort Des Moines area.
Yeah.
That house was property of Fort Des Moines, and the women, it was the first women infantry when women were starting to first get the rights.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool. And then we found out that a family bought that from the military.
Okay.
So that's where that started. But to dig deeper down into the paranormal, you have your just basic regular spirits.
Mm-hmm.
You have poltergeists. You have demons. You have jokesters.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just go into a whole bunch of stuff, which I'm not going to do. But with the spirit,
Mm-hmm.
you know they're there. You know that they're just hanging out. Maybe they can't go into the afterlife. Maybe they're stuck.
Yeah.
Repeating the same events that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The poltergeist. Everybody's seen that movie, Poltergeist,
Yep.
where it comes out of the TV, right? That you can't explain a poltergeist even more than that.
Yeah.
Demons. Everybody, I don't care what your religion is, I think they believe in demons.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got a demon. And those things are nasty. We try to stay away from those things.
Yep.
When we were at Edinburgh, they were talking about the guy that lived down in the basement could possibly be a demon.
Mm-hmm.
And the very first time we were there, 3 of us, and I was part of it, heard hooves running behind us, chasing us up the stairs, out the door. And we didn't hear with our ears, but when we were going back on the EVP, because we thought we heard a voice, we heard a distinct growling, "Get out," before we heard the hooves, and then the EVP caught the hooves.
Oof.
So, you don't want to mess with that. And like I stated in part 1, do not investigate alone. Safety reasons. It's dark. You're going to need a flashlight.
Yep.
If you get stuck in a hole or you fall in somewhere, because there is abandoned places, you're trapped until God knows when. You know? The paranormal is vastly a wide range. It's vastly unexplainable, almost.
Mm-hmm.
In the conspiracy episode that we weren't able to publish,
Yep.
Twisty did touch on UFOs. UFOs are part of the paranormal world. People are fascinated with aliens.
Oh, yeah.
People are fascinated with UFOs. People are fascinated with the idea that we're not the only intelligent life.
Yeah.
So, we, as paranormal investigators, try to debunk situations.
Mm-hmm.
You hear we're going to try to debunk that right away.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to try to debunk what was that sound. Was someone moving? We have walkie-talkies between our group if we have a large group, so that way if we do hear a noise, one of the leaders will radio, "Hey, is there someone else in this building?"
Mm-hmm.
And someone will say, "Yeah, in this sector or this floor or wherever." And there was one time when we were at Edinburgh, my group was on the first floor in the women's ward where they do not like guys.
Yeah.
One group down in the basement. The other group was in the safe house. We heard a distinct woman's voice that sounded like Julie's. I radioed Julie and I said, "Hey, are you on the first floor or second floor?
Mm-hmm.
Or in the basement?" And Julie goes, "No, I'm in the safe house." I said, "Were you outside?" And she said, "No." I told her that there was a woman's voice that sounded just like her. And we tried to debunk it. We had her go outside. We had her in the house. I mean, in the manor. We had her everywhere. Nada. It wasn't her. We couldn't pick it up. It was in that room.
Huh.
That would be a joker. It imitates that person. It imitates the sound of that person.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with them either. Because that could either A, be a malicious spirit, or B, a demon.
Yeah.
Straight, flat, cut line. I don't care. You can argue with me all day. But that's how I feel with those. The paranormal world is so vastly amazing to me. And I absolutely love it. We as humans try to grasp what life is after death. I don't know about you, but with me, I love to do that. And I'm afraid to die. So when I dig deeper into it, it scares the living shit out of me. But I still do it. And I touched on this subject with Vic, and we had a deep conversation to where, holy cow, we went into a deep conversation on it.
Yeah.
You know how everybody says there's a flash before your eyes?
Yep.
A bright light? What if that is you going into the next life?
Yeah.
But we don't remember that. There's been some cases of 5-year-olds remembering their past life. And they talk about their grandkids, their kids, what they were like in their past life, what they did in their past life. And that amazes me. Like, I want to talk to those kids because that could be the missing link to the paranormal world. Who knows if their spirit is stuck in whatever they were at, and then they're living in their normal life. You know what I mean? When I do the paranormal world, I think, is this person in their next life? Did they move on? Is there a heaven and hell? That type of stuff. I myself believe that there is a God. But there is times that you can't grasp what's been said.
Yeah.
Like in the Bible, it does say that God was never created. We can't comprehend that. We can't comprehend that at all because we were made. Correct? Now let's say for us humans, our spirits get stuck in this world.
Yeah.
For some reason, they have unfinished business. They have sadness, or they just can't let go of the world. Let go of the earthly things. They are going to stay. They can say, oh, we saw a flashing light. That could be their next spirit, but then that spirit's going to stay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would say, so this happened, I have a small little story. I can't remember if this happened before or after. I want to say it was after we recorded the first episode, because it was right after my great-grandma Springer passed away.
Yep.
So it was me, my mom, and my brother. We all three of us went up to my grandma's old apartment while Dad stayed in the truck because he was gonna. We were moving a mattress over to my mom's. And my Uncle Kurt is already up in the apartment, so we're going upstairs meeting so we can grab the mattress box spring and the headboard. And we get up there. My mom goes in first. Tyler goes in second. And then I follow in behind. And as soon as I go through the door, because the door's propped open, nothing holding this door. There's no wind, no nothing in this apartment building. And as soon as I get through the doorway, the door slams shut. Right behind me. We leave. And we come back up to grab the mattress. And Uncle Kurt is on his way down when we're going up. So there's nobody in the apartment. But the door's propped open again. So, same order. Mom, Tyler, and then me. As soon as I walk through, the door slams shut behind me again. I'm like, okay. I have a feeling Grandma might be here somewhere. And when we left, because we left the headboard up there for a third trip. And that was the only thing we needed to grab up out of there. Everything else would have been out. They sent me up by myself. for the third trip. When we left to go downstairs with the mattress after the second trip, my mom shut the door behind us. Nobody else is upstairs. I go back up by myself, the door's propped open, and as soon as I walked and grabbed a hold of the headboard, door slammed shut behind me again. And one thing I knew about Grandma Springer, she hated doors staying open.
See, my grandpa, he lived on a farm before he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
He lived on a farm when he was a kid. So every single time I would leave a door open during the winter or during the summer, he would ask me, "Do you live in a barn?" That was a farmer's...
Yeah,
That's a farmer's thing. Do you live in a barn? Shut that damn door.
Yeah. Or were you born in a barn? Shut the damn door.
Yeah. Or during the winter, my favorite part with my grandpa was, "Are you trying to heat the outside?"
Yep.
Close that door. That was... See...
You know you're from Iowa if you know these references.
I had a great aunt who... She was a prankster, man. Any chance she'd get, she would prank you. And during her funeral, or during when she was alive, she would mess with you and pause a CD or music that was playing, and we'd have to unpause it and tell her to quit.
Yep.
But she would keep doing it. So during her funeral, we actually did that. And someone was behind the scenes pressing the pause button, and everybody was laughing. And that was during the funeral, which I love to see people laugh during a funeral because they're remembering a good part of their life, you know. Mm-hmm. My grandpa was sitting at his house, and he was playing his WHO radio. Mm-hmm. He had to listen to his WHO radio, and he had a WHO radio that this thing was humongous. He got it at the Iowa State Fair.
Yeah.
And if you remember radios back then, they were big, had a handle, had an antenna, had an actual dial that you had to dial through and everything else. And he was listening to it, and all of a sudden it clicked off, and he saw the button come right back up, and his hands were down here.
Huh.
My grandpa did not believe in the paranormal, so he went and got it fixed. The people that fixed it just pressed it and just sat there like this, waiting for it to pop back up. Mm-hmm. Never did. Huh. And they go, "There's nothing wrong with your radio." My grandpa goes, "I swear to you, I watched the button pop back up." And they said it could have been not all the way down. It could have been a fluke. So he brought it back home, and he had never had it again.
Yeah.
Never had it again. But that was interesting to me. Another interesting thing that happened to me. When I was married, my ex-wife and I couldn't make it to a funeral down in Florida.
Yeah.
It was her aunt, her great aunt. And, no, just her aunt. And she passed away of breast cancer.
Okay.
And we couldn't make it down. People say spirits can be attached to items in your house. Like if Hannah passed away, she could be attached to that Hannah or to that Michael Myers doll, or she could be attached to her Michael Myers blanket, or one of her pictures, or a Johnny Depp pillow, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever she wants to be attached to. Well, her Aunt Sharon attached to one of her favorite pictures that we got.
Yeah.
Daniel was just born, and Sharon watched Daniel grow up a little bit. We weren't able to make it down to say our last goodbye.
Yeah.
Sharon came up to us. As soon as we had that picture in, I started noticing some weird things going on. We heard weird sounds going on. We captured a figure in our corner one time. Mm-hmm. And I was having these weird dreams of Sharon. And I woke up, and there was this black figure standing at the doorway.
Yeah.
And I'm yelling, "Who are you?" And my ex-wife wakes up and goes, "What are you talking about?" And I pointed at the door, and both of us started crying because I realized who it was. Mm-hmm. We followed this black spirit around the corner to where Daniel was sleeping in his crib. And she leaned over, gave Daniel a kiss, and we saw a hand go down his face. And then she was gone. Unfinished business.
Yep.
That's a prime example A. Unfinished business. That absolutely grasped me into the paranormal world.
Mm-hmm.
What else grasped me in the paranormal world is I can go, if I'm in a historic place, I will flash in and out of what it used to be.
Yeah.
And flash right back to reality. That is me connecting with the spiritual world. Every one of us can connect to it. I don't suggest it. Let it find you.
Yeah.
Because if you go searching for it, bad things can happen. You can let spirits in that shouldn't be in here.
Mm-hmm.
You can let things, like, let's take Insidious here for example.
Okay.
This kid, when he would sleep, would come out of his body into the spiritual world. Mm-hmm. And he got captured by the red demon. Then spirits would be coming out. And you know that scene of Tiptoe from Tiny Tim, and you saw that spirit run across?
Yep.
That's a prime example. Okay?
Okay.
You do not want to mess with it completely. Let it find you. You get control of it. And notice I said that in enunciation.
Yep.
Get control of it before you attempt anything.
Okay.
With me, I can sense when something is awry. My hair will stand up in the back of my head. I will get goosebumps, and then you will see me zone out. And I will see what's going on. I don't know if it's a spirit touching me, and I'm going right back to where it was with them, and I can see all the people, what they look like, what they wore. And then it's like, as soon as someone else says my name or touches me, I go right back in to the reality. Now, you remember in part 1 when I told you that I had a doll, and Julie said that I didn't look like myself. At that point in time, I believe that spirit went into me, and she saw that spirit face.
Yeah.
And she saw what I looked like, because at that point in time, I was seeing what she wore, what her brother wore, what everybody wore when they were there. Mm-hmm. All that. And then after, I don't even know how long I was in there doing that. After that, I slammed the doll on because I realized I snapped back into reality.
Yep.
Kyle doesn't like dolls. Everybody knows.
We've said this how many episodes?
Everybody knows that I don't like dolls. Okay? I slam that doll to the ground because I pop into reality.
Yep.
I start bawling. And I had to leave before any other spirits connected to me. And at that point in time, I was hearing spirits. My watch, my EVP watch, captured those spirits as I was running out. Mm-hmm. They were rushing towards me. And there's always a threshold where spirits can't go. Have you ever seen Field of Dreams?
Yes.
They cannot pass the first base line. Mm-hmm. And if they do, they go back into that old spirit, and then they vanish as they're going into their next life.
Yep.
Right? It's... So when I ran out, because I was on the second floor, I ran down 2 flights of stairs, hit the door, and stopped at my car. And as soon as I hit that doorway, and my foot went through the threshold, the spirits backed off, and you couldn't hear it anymore. Like, you could hear me slamming that door, and then my watch heard me, or picked up me slamming opening up that door, and then the spirits gone just like that.
Yep.
And then I let loose, and I just start bawling uncontrollably. There's side effects to this, to connecting to the spirit world. There's side effects of encountering this paranormal world. It's truly amazing.
Let's see. Now, are there some spots here in Iowa that you guys haven't gone to yet that you've been wanting to for a while?
So we're really wanting to do graveyards.
Okay.
There's graveyards here in Iowa that are haunted.
Yep.
Let's take Iowa City, for example, the Black Angel.
Yep.
Okay? That is very well known throughout the whole United States.
Mm-hmm.
The legend says if you touch that angel, you die the next day.
Yeah.
You die an unexpected death. There is a bench here in Iowa that if you sit in it, a loved one or yourself dies unexpectedly.
Yeah.
There's a graveyard in Madrid. I've seen it. My ex-wife's mom is buried there.
Mm-hmm.
There's spirits that walk throughout that whole graveyard. I believe, I really do, that graveyards are haunted.
Yes.
For a reason, you know?
There's one over by where I live at. I can't remember if it's. I want to say it's Sugar Grove.
Yeah. I got family that's buried in Sugar Grove. I will not do that one.
Yeah, because there's tombstones that glow green.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yep.
That's one of them I've always wanted to go to.
So, Sugar Grove, that's actually almost my whole family.
Really?
Yeah. That's almost my whole family on my grandpa's side.
Wow.
Yeah. So, my great-grandpa's buried up there. So, when I said, when I told you when we went up to Newton that I had family from Newton, I wasn't joking.
Yeah.
Like, almost my whole family, I dated it clear back to the 1800s for tombstones. It was ridiculous, man. Oh man, it was Bosnians, Dutch, German, Russian, family members. And I got it all the way back up to my great-grandpa and his siblings. It was, it was chef kiss, you know.
There's one actually in Newton I've always wanted to do paranormal stuff with, but I can't ever find a group to go with to do it. Mm-hmm. And that's the Union Cemetery.
See, you have to have special permission from the city, because with graveyards you have to be out by dusk.
Yeah.
You have to have special permission from the city, and there has to be cops positioned at different places so no one else can go in if they see other people in there.
Yeah.
So we have to. Julie and I are still looking into it. I think you have to have a special license to do that. We did want to do the Axe Murder House, but that is full of wires.
Yeah.
Paranormal investigators have proven that they fake a lot of stuff there. So we do not want to go there. There's a birdcage jailhouse.
Yep, over by Council Bluffs.
Yeah. But they've had some vandalism there, so they want an official there the whole time.
Yeah.
We don't want that. You want to know why?
Why is that?
They can tamper with evidence. And if there's an official there, and if we capture something that we want to publish up, or with my streaming, they may not allow it. And they may pull that footage and say you can't show that. It's like, why?
Yeah.
You know? Why? There's also a hotel that we want to do that's close to Julie. Okay. There's one in Montezuma that we want to do.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about too. Oh my god, I cannot think of the place right now. I could see it. I just can't put my name to it, or I can't put a name to it.
We absolutely want to do Montezuma. There's actually a map of paranormal things that if you follow it, it follows. Do you know the David Star? Yeah. Star of David? Well, there's one around the United States. And if you travel that line, it's the Star of David. And at each point of the United States, a major disaster happened.
Yeah.
And those tips are mega hot spots for paranormal. Let's take New Orleans, for example. What happened in New Orleans? A hurricane.
Yep.
Hurricane Katrina. Okay? I believe there's a lot of a lot of paranormal activity there because of that.
Yeah.
But there's also voodoo that happens down there. Voodoo. Don't mess with that.
No.
Don't mess with voodoo. Don't try to investigate voodoo. Because you might get cursed. And I don't want you getting cursed.
That's no fun.
No, it's no bueno. No bueno. I really want to dig in to the Mexican culture of Day of the Dead and all of their paranormal things, because they got some creepy ass stuff there.
Yes. That they do.
And they got a lot of crime that happens there.
Oh, yeah.
So I kind of want to... How do I explain this? I want to dig deep. I want to do research. And I also want to go and investigate down in Mexico. England is another prime example. Ireland. Scotland.
Yep.
Everywhere that history has been. Germany's another example. Europe.
Oh,
all of Europe.
Oh, yeah.
All of Europe.
Even Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. It's... Speaking of Pearl Harbor, I'm actually going there.
Really?
Yeah.
You'll have to take photos for me.
Oh, I am.
Because-
Well, the wedding that Hannah and I are going to, it's at that island.
Nice.
How does Kirk state this? How does he state that island?
Ooh ha ha.
Ooh ha ha.
From Finding Nemo. But get back on topic. All of the major events that happened around the world, I want to investigate because there's going to be some sort of paranormal.
Oh, yeah.
Gettysburg I really want to go to, and that's not in Iowa, but I really want to do Gettysburg
Yeah.
because that would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
You get a piece of history, and I'm a history buff. I love history.
I wanted to go to Pearl Harbor because, I mean, I had family members fight at Pearl Harbor
Yeah.
when I got hit. So I want to go down there just to see, because, I mean, I had one relative that was on the Arizona before it sunk. And
That Arizona is actually still leaking oil.
Yeah, I know it is. And then my Uncle Adam, he was on the Pennsylvania at Pearl Harbor before he was thrown overboard on the Inori in 43. And they never did find him.
Whoa.
And two of his brothers were in the same fleet that he was, but on two separate ships. So all three of them were on a different ship. When they said, man overboard, we're looking for a sailor, they didn't know they were looking for their own brother. To this day, he has not been found.
Whoa. I wonder if he's trapped underneath.
They've looked everywhere. They've looked on the ship, under the ship, they looked in the waters, nothing. They never did find him.
Whoa.
Yeah, he went MIA.
Whoa.
And like, you can still look up his record to this day. And it says, missing in action 1943.
That's pretty cool.
So, it's like, I kind of want to go just to be around it. Just so I can kind of feel parts of the family that I've never been to, but I had ties with the military too. So I can just feel that connection with them. Because don't get me wrong, they were Navy. I was Army. And, like, don't get me wrong, my family's been split up between Army, Marines, Navy. I mean, we're all over the place in the military.
Oh, yeah.
And it just gives me that tie that I want to go and find that I feel like I could use for knowledge later on.
Yeah.
So, what really upsets me, though, is there's one spot in Jasper County that the state won't let anybody into that's haunted. And that's the old Jasper County Mental Asylum.
So, there's a reason why there was reports of mildew and other things that could make you deathly
mildew, black
sick.
mold.
Yeah, black mold, all that. The floors were starting to cave in. The roof was about to cave in. So, it's a safety hazard, and that's why they won't let anybody in. They really do want to have paranormal investigators come in because there's been some top-notch paranormal investigators that say, hey, we want to investigate this place. And they have to say, we're sorry, but we can't because of health reasons. Fucking gear me up in PPE gear, man. I will go in there.
Put me in mop gear. I'll go.
Oh man, I really want to go. You know.
I would say put me in full mop gear. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Level 4 mop gear. Send my happy ass in. I will go. I am not kidding.
Oh man.
Gas mask, full pants, boots, gloves, coat. Send my ass in there. I want to go, damn it. That place has been lurking over me for the past 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to go.
There's a haunted house that's connected to an old insane asylum that's haunted, and occasionally they get spirits to go into that haunted house.
Yeah.
And they like it because it adds to the creepiness.
Yes.
Let's keep that out because I don't want to publicize that until we have 10-4 making that go.
Yeah.
But that insane asylum, I really want to go investigate. Insane asylums, I don't know why, I'm just drawn to them.
Yes.
I'm really drawn to insane asylums.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to investigate insane asylums.
Yeah.
Another place I want to investigate is Alcatraz.
Yes. However, they will not let anybody on Alcatraz anymore. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Black mold.
Oh, they found it?
They found black mold. It was in C block.
So why don't they just shut down C block?
I don't know. But that, and they said the integrity of the building has started to deteriorate too.
Ooh.
From the outside, not the inside. But it's like, why not just shut down C block and keep everybody away from that general area that's starting to deteriorate? Let them go D block.
Mm-hmm.
Put them in B block, A block. Just keep them out of C and keep them out of that end of the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
I mean, I could see reasons why, but at the same time, it sucks.
I would say another place over by Alcatraz I want to go is Angel Island.
Yes.
Angel Island is another good one that I've heard a lot of paranormal stuff has happened on.
So we are trying to capture the paranormal team I'm on. We're trying to capture Missouri State Penitentiary.
Yes.
We're trying to capture it. We're in talks with them. Well, I think we're still in talks with them. Last time we knew, we had a chance just for our investigators to have a 10-hour investigation. But when we started bringing up, hey, how about you pay us to do it and we'll publicize it?
Yeah.
They said, no, you're going to pay us. So that we got stuck in the middle there. Because if you go on paranormal investigations, you have to pay.
Yeah.
So, Edinburgh, we've gotten a lot of money into Edinburgh, but that's our favorite place. We've gone there twice now.
Yeah.
If you go to my TikTok, Monster Drinking Kyle, you will see the investigation that we went on. I have stuff that we've captured.
Yeah.
I got introductions of everything for our things. We went to the railroad house down in southern Iowa. We were on the border of Iowa and Missouri.
Yeah.
Another part of Missouri that I want to investigate is the... I had his name in my mind. Tinkerton That was with the guy that robbed the train here in Iowa.
Oh.
Jesse James.
Yeah.
I want to investigate his house. I've been inside of it. I've seen things. I want to go investigate it. But they will never do it because it's a historic site.
Yeah. Okay, so, as I kind of talked about on the live stream last weekend, I'm actually going on vacation in September to Tennessee.
Yep. There's a lot of places in Tennessee that you can investigate.
There's actually one in the town that I'm staying in.
Uh-huh.
And it's the Wheatlands Plantation.
Really?
I kind of want to throw it on the itinerary just to go see it in daylight.
They do tours there. I know that. What is this cat doing? Luna, what are you doing?
Putting her ass on your head. But, yeah, no, I mean, because I was just kind of curious. So I kind of looked up some haunted places in Tennessee, and it came across Wheatlands Plantation in Sevierville. I'm staying at a log cabin just outside of Sevierville. I want to say it's about a 5-minute drive outside of Sevierville.
That's not bad.
So it's like, I might have to see if we can throw this on the itinerary. Because I guess there's a story that there's blood stains in the home's parlor that you can see on the guided tour.
A what?
Some like blood stains on the floor in the parlor of this home on the Woodlands plantation.
Okay.
And supposedly, the owner of the estate left the plantation to her grandson after they passed away. And I guess when the grandson got it in his possession, I guess his dad didn't like it because it was originally supposed to go to him. Turned around and killed his kid on the plantation.
What?
Yeah. With an iron poker, of all things. So, yeah. Yeah, and it says right here, through the floors... Yeah, though the floors have been cleaned numerous times, the bloodstains seem to return every 6 months.
Whoa.
In the same spot. So it kind of makes me like, hey, spooky. That or Scott County Jail.
Yeah.
They're in Huntsville. That's another place I want to go. So, as I was saying, there's also one more spot in Tennessee on down there I kind of want to hit. And that, big history buffs talking here. Shiloh National Military Park.
Oh, yeah.
One of the biggest and bloodiest battles of the Civil War. There is a 12.7 mile, 20 stop tour of the battlefield itself that you can go on.
Yeah.
So it's like, just imagine if you were able to go and investigate that. Imagine how many spears you could get trying to talk to you at one point.
You would have the Union and the Confederate talking.
Exactly.
And who knows, you might hear gunfire.
Yeah.
They might still be in the battle. When you go to Gettysburg at night, you can still hear the guns.
Oh, yeah. That, and you can also see people walking around the cannons.
Yeah.
Sitting outside. Like, I can't remember what show I was watching, but they were doing like a small tour of Gettysburg at night. And they watched a white mist walking around this cannon back and forth from the front to the back.
Yeah.
On the same side. And it's like...
So, I don't know about you, but I like to go to YouTube. And I'm going to give a shout out here. Nuke's Top 5.
Yes.
Okay? I love to watch his stuff and try to debunk stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Being a paranormal investigator myself, I love to investigate things.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And I hope and pray that one of these days he runs into my TikTok account, he runs into my Twitch stream.
He runs into our podcast.
Or runs into our podcast and just shouts me out with some of the stuff that happens that I capture, you know? I love what he does, saying, was this faked or is this true? I love him doing that because then it captures your mind like, okay, I'm going to debunk this. Like, there was one of them that I paused it for 5 minutes and I kept rewinding it to see if I could debunk it.
Oh, yeah.
And I couldn't, and I absolutely loved it. I love it. I love to debunk things. Like, let's say, like, if you're on the Scanner group on Facebook for Around Des Moines, on the south side, everybody's like, did you guys hear that big boom? It sounded like a cannon going off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's already been debunked. It's the cannons going off on the railroads.
Yeah.
They scare off the birds on the railroads. That happens at dusk and it happens at dawn. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows that. And it happens during the day, too.
Maybe that's an episode we need to have. A debunked episode. Where we just go through and talk about things that could be debunked.
Or we could actually sit and play a clip.
Mm-hmm.
And have it muted so it's not background noise.
Yeah.
And maybe us talking about it and seeing if we can debunk it. Or play like a small clip of what happens.
Yeah.
And then mute it, and then we talk about how we can debunk it. That'd be kind of cool.
Maybe we could do that for your birthday bash episode.
Ooh. But that's Memorial Day weekend. I have my kids.
Yeah.
And
Well, we are going to have a birthday bash episode for you.
Yes, we're going to have a birthday bash episode for me.
So that'll be that episode. Kyle's debunked birthday bash.
Ooh, that sounds like a plan.
So once we come up with the date that we're actually going to film this.
We did say that we were going to do a memorial type party.
Yeah.
But I like the debunk thing too.
I was gonna say, like I said, it's up to you. Do you want to do debunked or do you want to do memorial themed?
We'll talk about it after this podcast.
I was gonna say, leave it in the comments for us because I know I'm gonna try to put this up on our YouTube page. So leave your thoughts in the comments on that.
All right.
So, do you think we should do our debunked episode for Kyle's birthday bash, or do you think we should do a Memorial Day episode?
And here's a good thing. I'm gonna put a poll up. How old do you think Kyle will be?
Well, you already stated this in episode 2 or episode 3.
They don't know that though.
If they go back and listen, they'll find
Well,
it.
if they go back and listen to it.
I was gonna say our diehard fans do tend to watch our videos
Yes,
more
that is
frequently.
true.
So
that is true. Aislinn and Angel are one or two of them.
yeah, I'm kind of ticked off at Angel right now because she didn't post any questions for this week.
Oh, I know it. And I'm still disappointed in Aislinn. She didn't follow directions. We stated paranormal questions only, and 2 out of the 4 she gave us was not paranormal. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, Luna?
Luna's attacking Kyle, trying to get up on the top of the chair.
Alright, you can sit there.
But anyway, I think that this gives us a good leeway for everybody's favorite segment.
Yeah? Well, let's hold off on that for a while. We're only 51 minutes in. We don't want to cut it short for our viewers.
We are very true. But it is a good leeway.
It is a good leeway. It is a good leeway. We need to think of other ideas to expand our segments.
Yeah.
I don't know what we could do. Just sitting here talking about stuff. Speaking of which is haunting. This does go in a paranormal thing here.
Shoot it.
The Johnny Depp case that's going on right now. Which side are you on?
To be honest, I think I'm on Johnny's side on this one.
I'm on Johnny's side because I'm a diehard Johnny fan.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, we already know where our producer stands on this.
Amber Head. I don't like her. And she admitted yesterday that she did hit Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
That should be jail time.
Oh, yeah.
That's abuse.
For sure.
I don't care if it's a woman. There's male abuse that goes on in this world.
Yep.
And I'm glad that this is being brought up and it's being shed into light. You know what I mean?
I'm finding a lot of more from more of the actual inside court footage on TikTok now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You really can't find much on YouTube, but you're finding
No,
a lot of it
YouTube.
on TikTok.
If you during the day, YouTube will have it up on
Really?
live. Yeah, just type in Johnny Depp court case, and boom, the live will pop up.
Oh. God.
The more you know. I just need that. We need to have a SpongeBob.
We need to start actually filming
Yeah.
us. I've actually got a camera we could use.
Really.
So do we want to start doing that for next week?
I don't know. We're gonna have to do a lot of digging around and figuring out what we can do and.
When's the best time to experiment?
Oh man.
On the fly.
On the fly. Every single time on the fly. But we got a calendar now right over there.
Mm-hmm.
Our week this week is jam-packed. I think Tuesday is our only opening day.
Really?
Yeah. Like Monday, hair appointment. Tuesday I think is open. Wednesday, we have the boys and we have a hockey game.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, I think we have a game. And then Saturday or Friday, Hannah's babysitting. Mm-hmm. Saturday we have a game. And then rolls into May 1st.
Yeah.
And then May 2nd is Monday.
Yep.
May 3rd is a Tuesday, and I get off work at 12:30 because I have an appointment with some of health issues that I have going on right now, and you're aware of it. That'll be a different subject for a different day. Mm-hmm. That one's kind of personal.
Look at that damn laser pointer. I swear to God.
Well, this cat over here, Luna, goes haywire. Oh, here she goes.
Anyway, should we get back on topic?
Oh man. No, so with the paranormal, Gettysburg,
Yep.
New York. Let's take that for example.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any prison, any cemetery. It could be a household. You don't know what happened there.
Okay.
We'll have things. Don't go imagining things and saying that your house is haunted, because us paranormal investigators fucking hate that. We had people come to us. Our house is haunted. Okay, what's going on? We heard voices? Is that it? Yeah. It's your imagination, bud.
Yeah, no joke.
You know?
There is one spot. I mean, the place has been torn down for years now, but I at least want to go see the grounds of Copper Dollar Ranch, just on the north side of Newton. Copper Dollar Ranch.
Okay.
It's a cold case that happened out there.
Okay. Explain more.
2 people were killed. 17-year-old and a 20-year-old were killed on the Copper Dollar Ranch back in the 80s. I kind of want to go see if their spirits are still there, or at least on those grounds somewhere.
I haven't heard of that.
You haven't heard of Copper Dollar Ranch?
I have never heard of Copper Dollar. He's getting into his phone. Oh, Luna. She sees the laser pointer.
I gotta pull these stories up because I can't remember everything, but it was covered on a TV show called Cold Justice.
Okay.
Copper Dollar Ranch. If anybody can find that episode, I mean, I haven't been able to find it because I watched it live. This episode when it premiered.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been able to see it since. But it's literally a cold case. Because the morning of March 3rd, 1983, Copper Dollar Ranch, just outside of Newton, 2 bodies were found. Stephen Fisher, age 20. Melissa Gregory, age 17. Stephen worked at the Copper Dollar Ranch. He lived on the Copper Dollar Ranch in a trailer out there. And they don't know exactly who killed him. Because they had one prime suspect. I'm not going to name who it was because, I mean, they can do that on their own time. They can name that. But it was a big trial here in Iowa. And because of all the publicity, it was originally supposed to be held there at the Jackson County Courthouse. There was so much publicity around it, they had to move it out of county.
To where? Waterloo?
To Waterloo to do the case. Where they were found not guilty.
Whoa.
But the person they had as their number 1 suspect was married to one of the victims.
Was?
Was.
Huh.
So, now with that little backstory, it kind of makes me wonder, just with the grounds there, could those 2 spirits still be there? On those grounds?
I mean, they could. What? With stuff like that, they will pull psychics in. And they'll pull paranormal investigators in to investigate the land. And some of them have cracked cold cases.
Yeah.
Part of me says don't do it. Because then you're going to find stuff that you didn't want to know.
Yeah.
You're going to find things that you shouldn't have frankly saw.
Yeah.
And then that might put you in danger, for one. But another part of me is like, hell yeah, let's see what type of information that these spirits can give us, you know?
Yeah.
With those type of cases and that type of stuff, I wouldn't do it, because if you do find information and things start to leak out, if a family member hears about that and they're keeping that a secret,
Yeah.
they're going to come after you next.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just going to be a cycle of events. Over and over until the end of the earth. Whenever that's going to be. I do not recommend anybody doing that unless the police pull you in. Because if they do that, there's going to be some terms and conditions that go along with it. Any evidence that you find, you have to call them immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that you find on footage, you have to give them immediately.
Yep.
Some cases I've heard people going on witness protection program because of it.
Yeah.
That's just me. There's a vast majority of paranormal investigators that stand beside me on that type of stuff because we don't want to have our reputation ruined. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have a reputation that we have to stand on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not take the ghost hunters, for example, there because...
Yeah. Don't even get us started on that
Don't get me started on that show. Now, TAPS. Ghost hunters.
Mm-hmm.
They have a reputation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that try to get a... Sorry, guys, I'm trying to break something here. They try to get a reputation, but they get it in the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's take a group, for example, on TikTok.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. I think they were starting out, and they had a hearse. They were dressed weird, talking weird, and all of us paranormal investigators started making fun of them. Like, what the hell are you trying to do? What the hell are you trying to pull off? Because this is stupid. No one's going to take you seriously. Like, go in. Be yourself. Like, with our group, we thought, hey, Facebook would be a good thing. Turns out, word of mouth was better.
Yeah.
We're starting to get offers. We're starting to get our name out there. Edinburgh has even said that we've been good. The Railroad House, they told everybody in the town, we got paranormal investigators coming. They seem professional.
There you go.
They even watched my live stream.
There you go.
Like, word of mouth, people. Want to get a business going? Word of mouth. Telling you, it's going to work. If you have a dream of starting your own business, do it. Go for it. Don't let anybody stop you. You're going to have a few hiccups. I'm not going to lie. You're going to want to stop. Just keep pushing through.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing, and we're starting to succeed. And I absolutely love it.
There you go.
We're at that point to where we want to start making money. We're a non-profit organization, but if we start getting money, we have to be a profitable organization. Mm-hmm. That means taxes. But when we charge people, I'm not going to say how much we charge people until they actually come to us, because that's just between us and the person.
Yep.
The money right now goes towards equipment that we need. Right?
Mm-hmm.
When we start having 2 or 3 houses a day, we're going to start splitting that money to us until we can financially support ourselves, or me and our producer, for example. And then, at that point in time, we can quit our normal jobs. Yeah. We can actually start scheduling when we're going to be at this house, when we're going to be at this house, when are we going to look at footage for house A, and when are we going to look at house B footage while we're doing house C. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, we want to get to that point in time. Like, we want to investigate on a Monday night. Tuesday morning, we're going to be going through all the footage. Tuesday night, we present that footage to the client. Wednesday night, we're investigating again. Thursday, just repeat itself. That's how we want to get to. Mm-hmm. That's the point of time that we want to get to, and we're going to mark up the charge every single time. So, let's take House A, for example. First time we did, I'm just going to throw a number out, $50, okay? Mm-hmm. We give them the stuff, we tell them what to do, and then let's say 2 months later, the house calls us back up. It's still going, and we did everything that you told us to do. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to come in, but it's going to be $50 extra, so it's going to be $100. Okay. We'll go in and investigate. so on and so forth. You see what I'm saying? That's the point that we want to get to. The point that we want to get to is that we can open up, or we can buy a place to store our gear, where we can, do our TikToks, do our social media, do our scheduling.
Literally an office to work out of.
Yeah. And also have a little van or two. You know those Chevy or Ford vans?
Panel vans?
Yeah. That type of stuff where we can have two people on that, hauling the equipment, and the others in the other van or SUV or whatever we want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be a cool thing, and then have our name right on the building.
Oh, yeah.
And have our logo right on the doorway. And it helps because one of our investigators, our person that started the whole thing, she also does merch.
I know.
We have our own person that does our merch, so when people want to buy our merch, we're getting double profit.
Exactly.
For her business and our business. Our business gets 50%, or like maybe 25%, and she gets 75%. Maybe we get 50, she gets 50. It works out.
I know.
We could we would save money by doing our own logo.
Yeah.
Putting our own stuff on our doors. Now we'd have to hire for someone for a sign, but that type of stuff. That's the point that we want to get to. That's the point that we want to be at. We want the word of mouth to start coming out. We want, we even want people to contact. We had one person contact us that was in Colorado that wanted us to come out and investigate their house.
Nice.
They were willing to pay anything. And at that point in time, we said, hey, we just can't do it. We don't have the funds. We don't have the time. We don't have the PTO. We can't come out.
Yeah.
We apologize. We will connect you with another paranormal team that's within your area. Turns out we did know some paranormal investigators. We contacted them. They went out, and oh my God, we missed a fun time. But it's just, you connect with other teams. You get word of mouth. You get the ball rolling. It might be a small bouncy ball, but it'll turn into a soccer ball, then a basketball, and then a beach ball, and then let's say a snowman-sized ball, and it just keeps going and going and going. It's not just a boulder.
It's a rock.
It's a rock.
SpongeBob reference.
With this type of thing, especially for us paranormal investigators, it's tough. It's rough. But you'll get there. You keep pushing forward like a locomotive, you'll get there. And that's where we want to be at, and we're starting to get there. And we absolutely love it. It's a wild ride, and I do not miss it at all. At all.
There you go.
Anyway, speaking of those questions, I think you know what time it is.
It's time for everybody's favorite segment, random questions.
Stupid answers. So we only had 2 people this week comment, but they had 4 questions each. So there's 8. So, I mean, we can do all 8 if we want.
We could. Okay.
Now, we did state to do paranormal questions. We're only going to do 7 out of the 8 because one touches way too close to home to Keith. And I almost don't want to do Aislenn's first question because it's not paranormal. Aislenn, I'm disappointed.
That could be our stupid question for the day.
Okay, let's just do that. All right, that's our stupid question for the day.
Next time I see her, she can be in a dunce hat. Because they already get to put
did she ever see that video?
I think so. I'm pretty sure she did.
We need to find out. We need to find out what her reaction was. Aislenn, if you're listening to this, we need to know what your reaction was to that video of me saying I was disappointed in you.
Yes. Yes. But anyway, so we're going to start with my buddy Jace.
Okay.
So, what is your attitude to paranormal and scientifically unexplained?
Okay, so everybody knows my attitude towards paranormal. There is paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
I've encountered it. I touch base on it. I connect with it. The unexplained, I absolutely love. I love a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Give it to me. Let's do it. I want to rock this. You know?
I mean, if it makes your brain hurt in a good way,
Exactly.
it's worth it. But if it makes your brain hurt in a bad way,
Don't do it.
screw it. Not happening. Let's see here. How do you rate cases of UFO photography? Allegedly found traces of Iceman, photos of plesiosaur, and allegedly inhabiting the Loch Ness Monster.
Okay, so the UFO thing, I'm going to make this quite clear. If it's really, really clear and you can tell it's a UFO, it's faked.
Yeah.
If it's blurry and you could barely tell what it is, it's a real picture and it's a UFO. Okay? Now, I will say there was a Facebook post that I saw. This dude was mega high. Mega high. And he thought a street light was a UFO. I was dying. What were the other questions?
Loch Ness Monster.
Loch Ness Monster. To be honest, I think that's faked.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Now you see, I could see somebody like holding a flashlight in a bathtub with like a little dinosaur
Yeah.
in there. I could see that, but an actual Loch Ness Monster.
And given the origin of when it came about,
Oh yeah.
there was drugs out that we didn't quite know what they were.
Yeah.
And people would take them regularly. And hallucinations were off the charts.
Woodstock. That's all I can say. Woodstock.
Case closed.
Okay.
Iceman. I've never heard of this legend. And I don't...
It's just like with Bigfoot.
So, someone captured Bigfoot here in Iowa.
Yes.
Did you see that post?
I seen the other day. Yes.
That was a little... I don't know. Bigfoot, I think, is a hoax, to be honest.
To be honest with you, I think it was somebody in a ghillie suit.
I think so, too. But at the same time, with the pictures that I see...
Yeah. But
it's like, okay, there could be...
But a black ghillie suit? You don't find black ghillie suits. They're always dark green.
You could
or
find...
white.
Buddy, it's the 21st century.
True.
You can find anything and everything
True.
in any color.
Or it could be just some man in a gorilla suit.
That, too.
I see. I can see that one. Some
That
dude
too.
that's extremely high or extremely drunk running around in a goddamn gorilla suit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I lived in Iowa City for 4 years.
I mean, like...
The things I've seen up there, I've seen some dude walking around in a blue rhino costume.
Yeah.
Going to class and this thing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I was one of those people. But I walked around as the damn Joker.
It... Like I said, the Bigfoot thing... I can see it as a hoax, but I can see it as being real. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I need a button for this one that just says, "You're stupid." You're stupid. Like, we need one of those buttons that just says, "You're stupid."
We need the... You know those staple buttons where it says, yes.
That was easy.
Or, that was easy. We need some of those.
And it just says, "You're stupid."
That was easy.
That was easy.
And I need one of those buttons. That's what she said.
Yes! Okay, but now, the dumb question from Aislinn. If you could replace all the grass in the world with something else, what would it be and why?
Turf.
Easy. Easy answer. Turf.
Turf. You don't have to mow.
No! It stays the same. I mean, you'll have to replace turf every, what, 5 to 6 years?
Yeah. Not to mix with sod, because sod you will have to mow, because it does grow. Turf. Football fields.
Yes.
Baseball fields. You can get them in any type of color. You can get them in any type of design.
Mm-hmm.
Turf.
I mean, hell. I mean, if you look at most of the bigger schools here in Iowa,
East High School is one of them.
Yeah. Newton's one of them. PCM's one of them.
Yeah.
Valley.
Yeah.
Like all the big schools.
I fucking hated Valley's football field.
I was gonna say, when I went to PCM, it was a grass field.
Yeah.
It was hard ass grass, and it was literally a bowl.
Uh-huh.
But the year after they won their first state title, which was after I graduated in football, they got a completely whole new sports complex for the football field.
So, my senior year, my freshman, sophomore, and junior year, I played at East High School. I played football.
Yeah.
everybody knew at East it was grass. But then there was a hump in the middle of the field.
Yep.
And you could barely tell, but it would be flat, and there'd be a hump.
Yep.
And we all couldn't figure out why there was a hump. Like, we'd all get long breath, and we're like, there's a hump on the 50-yard line. We're like, what? So then Grandview decided, hey, we don't have a football complex. What if we gave you money, we flatten that out, we put turf down, and we build our locker room over here? They said, absolutely, we can do that. My senior year, we played on turf.
Yeah.
And it was the best turf ever. It was so soft.
And you see, I went from turf at Newton, because my freshman year, in first 4 weeks of my sophomore year, I was at Newton.
Uh-huh.
And at that time, we were considered a 3A school, which was, at that time,
a big deal.
We were one of the bigger 3A schools,
Mm-hmm.
because we had just dropped from 4A, which at that time,
my freshman year, we played Newton because they were in 4A.
Yeah.
And then they got dropped down to 3A.
Yeah. But we played on turf at Newton.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to PCM my sophomore year, I went straight to grass. Like, for Newton, our practice field was our game field. It was the turf
Yeah,
field.
same here.
And our practice field at PCM was completely on the opposite side of the school.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like because if you're coming down Highway 14 and you look and it's like a big old like dirt freaking...
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our practice field. Right there next to the softball field, right next to the high school.
Jesus.
That was our practice field. Yeah. It was literally a bowl. We played in a bowl for practice.
So, speaking of bowls, did you ever play at Ottumwa?
I didn't get to play at Ottumwa, but I played at Knoxville.
So, Ottumwa, their locker rooms are on top of the hill,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to walk down to get to the actual football field, and I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it.
PCM was the same way, because the school sat up on the top of the hill. At the bottom of the hill was the football field. So when we come out of our locker room, we would have to go down, I want to say it was like 50 steps to get down to field level.
Oh, no. This was like, you're not walking like this, you're walking like that.
Yeah.
And it was ridiculous.
That was one thing I hated when it was, when two-a-days were still legal in Iowa.
You know what? Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that.
Don't get me wrong, I miss two-a-days.
I do too.
I miss two-a-days. They need to bring two-a-days back.
Well, it's all... nope, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't break Spotify's rules.
No. But no, we both feel they need to bring it back.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
But...
Big Fours they need to bring back.
Yes.
Pussies.
You went there.
I went there. I couldn't help myself.
But anyway, for the morning practice at PCM, because we were in shells for the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
We were in shells for afternoon.
Yep.
And it was the same thing in Newton. And for morning practice for 2 days at PCM, after we would do all our indies, and teams,
Mm-hmm.
we had Indy O, Indy D, and then Team O, Team D. When we got done with whatever, if we were running offense in the morning, we would run Indy O and then Team O.
Yeah.
And then afternoon would be defense. Or vice versa. It'd be morning defense,
Mm-hmm.
afternoon offense. Whatever we got done with Team O, we would go to conditioning, which is always something football players do at the end of practice. Mandatory.
Yep.
Got mandatory conditioning. Our conditioning, because most people, you'd think suicides on the field. You would go from sideline to hash
Mm-hmm.
and back. Numbers back, hash marks back, far hash back, far numbers back, sideline to sideline.
Mm-hmm.
And it just backwards.
So, suicides for East,
Mm-hmm.
that was the difference between 4As, 3As, and 2As. 1A, and just A.
Yeah.
Okay.
And A player. Can't forget A player.
Yeah. With 4A schools, we don't do sideline to sideline.
Mm-hmm.
We do end zone to end zone.
we started doing that my junior year, because junior year I played 1 week at PCM, went back to Newton for the rest of the season until the end of the regular season. Then I went back to PCM and played playoffs. Because Newton didn't make playoffs. I was back and forth between schools my sophomore and junior year. Don't even get me started on that. But my junior year, when I played at Newton, it was end zone to end zone. But my sophomore year, it was sideline to sideline. But anyway, for conditioning at PCM, because of the hill, great head coach. I mean, I have nothing to say bad about my head coach from PCM, Greg Bonnet. Great freaking man. Great football coach. He was my track coach my sophomore year. To this day, I will swear they still need to name that complex after him.
Yeah.
The sports complex after Bonnet.
Yeah.
And if it was either Bonnet or Pickle, one of our assistant coaches, Pickle.